The neighborhood pharmacy you have trusted for your entire life is officially dead. It has been quietly replaced by a multi-billion-dollar Wall Street data broker that actively profits off keeping you in the dark. In early 2026, the US government launched sweeping new programs like TrumpRx and the most favored nation pricing deals, designed specifically to bypass the middlemen and slash the cost of your prescription drugs by hundreds of dollars. So, if the government is forcing drug prices down to historic lows, why is the bill at your local pharmacy counter higher than ever? Because the corporate giants controlling your medicine cabinet are fighting back. Today, we are looking behind the label to expose the 5 ways mega-pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens are quietly sabotaging new federal pricing laws, exploiting global tariffs, and betraying American seniors to protect their bottom line. We read the fine print, so you don't have to. Let's dig in. Betrayal 1. The TrumpRx sabotage. To understand the first betrayal, you have to look at what happened in Washington, D.C. at the start of 2026. In February 2026, the Trump administration officially launched TrumpRx.gov. It was a massive disruption to the healthcare industry. The government used the threat of tariffs to force pharmaceutical giants like Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Eli Lilly into most favored nation pricing deals. The goal was simple: allow American patients to bypass their insurance companies and buy essential, life-saving drugs directly from the manufacturer at the same rock-bottom prices paid by European nations. We are talking about the price of diabetes and weight loss drugs like Ozempic dropping from over $1,000 a month to around $350. It sounds like a massive win for American seniors. But there is one group that absolutely hates this new direct-to-consumer model: corporate pharmacies. Because when you buy your medication directly through a government portal or a manufacturer's cash price website, the pharmacy loses their cut. And they are not letting those profits go without a fight. When elderly patients try to transfer their expensive, high-margin prescriptions out of the corporate pharmacy system and over to direct-to-consumer models like TrumpRx or Mark Cuban's cost-plus drugs, they frequently hit a wall of bureaucratic red tape. Corporate chains make the transfer process intentionally confusing. Systems mysteriously go down. Pharmacists are strictly instructed by corporate not to advertise or assist patients in finding these cheaper cash pay alternatives. They rely on patient friction. These megacorporations know that navigating federal websites and coordinating prescription transfers is incredibly overwhelming for the elderly. They will claim the manufacturer's pharmacy is out of network or stall the prior authorization paperwork for weeks. For a senior relying on daily insulin or heart medication, waiting weeks just isn't an option. The pharmacy uses that fear of running out of medication to force patients back into the more expensive, corporate-approved checkout line. They are betting billions of dollars that American seniors will simply get frustrated, give up, and surrender to the traditional high-markup system. Betrayal 2. The tariff cost shifting. But holding your prescriptions hostage isn't the only way they are protecting their profit margins. They are also weaponizing the chaotic global economy against the most vulnerable shoppers. Over the last year, the Trump administration implemented sweeping tariffs, some as high as 100%, on pharmaceutical products and manufacturing imports that refuse to relocate to the United States. This aggressive America First trade policy forced drug companies to bring billions of dollars in manufacturing back to U.S. soil. But it also created a massive ripple effect in retail supply chains. While the federal government is keeping a very close eye on the price of prescription drugs, the massive front-of-store retail section of your local pharmacy is completely unregulated. And corporate executives are using the macroeconomic smokescreen of global tariffs to quietly execute one of the largest wealth transfers in retail history. To offset any profit they lose at the pharmacy counter due to new federal regulations, chains are violently jacking up the prices on unregulated daily essentials. We aren't talking about luxury goods. We are talking about walkers, diabetic socks, over-the-counter pain meds, bandages, and basic groceries. Take a simple bottle of generic ibuprofen or a box of store-brand bandages. Before the tariffs, these were affordable staples. Now, we are seeing markups of 40 to 60% on the exact same items. They know that when you are already at the pharmacy counter picking up a prescription, convenience outweighs the sticker shock. This is predatory cost shifting. Corporate pharmacies know exactly who their core demographic is. They know that a senior citizen with mobility issues, who relies on public transit or a caretaker, cannot simply drive across town to a Walmart or an Aldi to comparison shop for bandages. They have a captive audience. By artificially inflating the price of these daily necessities, they are silently draining the fixed incomes of the American elderly to subsidize their Wall Street earnings reports. Betrayal 3. The PBM Clawback. If you really want to understand the corporate pharmacy scam, you have to look behind the curtain at the puppeteers running the show. They are called PBMs, Pharmacy Benefit Managers. Decades ago, PBMs were created to act as negotiators between drug manufacturers and insurance companies to keep costs down. But today, they have mutated into a monopolistic cartel. And the biggest shocker? The largest PBM in the country, Caremark, is owned by CVS. The pharmacy, the insurance provider, and the middleman are all the exact same company. Despite bipartisan efforts in Congress and new Trump administration transparency laws meant to crack down on PBM fees, this corporate hydra is still fighting tooth and nail to keep you in the dark. Have you ever wondered why your pharmacist never tells you that paying out of pocket for a generic drug might actually be cheaper than running it through your Medicare or insurance plan? For years, corporate pharmacies enforced strict gag clauses, legally threatening pharmacists who dared to tell patients about cheaper cash options. While those specific gag clauses have technically been outlawed, the system is still fundamentally rigged. PBMs dictate exactly which drugs your insurance will cover based on how much rebate money the drug manufacturer secretly pays them behind closed doors. They will actively steer elderly patients toward highly rebated, expensive treatments rather than the cheapest, most effective options, simply because it pads the corporate bottom line. Even worse are the literal clawbacks. This is a practice where the copay you are charged at the register is actually higher than the total cost of the drug. If a generic pill only costs $2 to make, the PBM might force you to pay a $10 copay, and then they secretly claw back. That extra $8 is pure profit. It is a hidden tax on the sick. They are legally operating as a healthcare provider, but financially operating as a toll booth. Betrayal 4. The pharmacy desert abandonment. But what happens when a community isn't profitable enough for the toll booth? They just pack up and leave. Over the last few years, major chains have permanently closed thousands of retail locations across the United States. In 2024 and 2025 alone, the retail collapse wiped out entire regions of access. When corporate executives get on earnings calls or speak to the mainstream media, they blame these mass closures almost entirely on organized retail theft. But when you look behind the label and actually analyze the geographic data, a much darker reality emerges. They are systematically abandoning communities where profit margins are simply thinner. By prioritizing their stock price over patient care, they are deliberately creating what experts call pharmacy deserts. For a young person, a pharmacy closing just means a mildly inconvenient 15-minute drive to the next town over. But for an 80-year-old on a fixed income who cannot drive and lives in a town with no public infrastructure, a pharmacy desert is a life-threatening crisis. By monopolizing the market and pushing out independent, locally owned mom-and-pop pharmacies over the last 2 decades, these megacorporations made themselves the only lifeline for millions of seniors. And what is their solution for the communities they leave behind? They push seniors toward their own mail-order pharmacy services. But mail-order strips away the vital, face-to-face consultation that elderly patients desperately need to avoid dangerous drug interactions. It replaces a trained medical professional with a cardboard box left on a hot porch, effectively downgrading the standard of care for millions of vulnerable Americans. And now, they are cutting the line. Betrayal 5. Tech-lining the elderly. For the seniors who do still have a local store to shop at, they face the final, and perhaps most insulting, betrayal: corporate ageism. You walk down the aisle and see a massive yellow tag advertising a bottle of supplements for $5.99. But when an elderly shopper gets to the register, the total rings up at $12.99. Why? Because of the microscopic fine print that requires the customer to download a proprietary smartphone app, create an account, verify an email address, and digitally clip the coupon. Consumer advocates call this digital redlining. Corporate pharmacies know that millions of seniors do not own smartphones, do not have reliable internet access, or suffer from arthritis and vision issues that make navigating complex apps impossible. The result? People on fixed incomes end up paying the maximum retail price, essentially subsidizing the discounts for younger, tech-savvy shoppers. But it goes beyond just missing out on a discount. When you are forced to download that app, you are agreeing to terms of service that allow the corporation to track your location, monitor your purchasing habits, and build a highly profitable profile of your health concerns. They aren't just overcharging seniors at the register. They are harvesting their personal data and selling it behind their backs. And to add insult to injury, these corporations have fired the human cashiers that elderly patients relied on for help, replacing them with glitchy self-checkout kiosks. They have removed the care from healthcare, replacing it entirely with a cold, digital algorithm designed to extract every last penny. The American neighborhood pharmacy used to be a place of healing. Today, it is a battlefield. As new government policies like TrumpRx and MFN pricing try to drag drug costs down, the corporate monopolies controlling your access will continue to find new, hidden ways to claw that money back. But their entire system relies on one thing: your silence. They rely on the fact that you won't read the fine print. They rely on the fact that you won't check the receipt. And they rely on the fact that you won't share this information with your parents, your grandparents, and your community. Here at Behind the Label, our mission is total transparency. We are going to keep exposing these corporate traps so you can protect your health and your wallet. But I want to hear from you. Do you think the government should step in and ban digital app-only pricing in grocery stores and pharmacies? If you agree that digital-only coupons are a scam against the elderly, type the word scam down in the comments below. If you think corporations have the right to charge whatever they want, type fair in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and send this video to anyone you know who relies on these stores. Until next time, stay vigilant and always look behind the label.